Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. You can join us every single morning on Civic Center TV, on Comcast Channel 15, and on AT&T Channel 99. Also go ahead and join us on the web live in high definition on civiccentertv.com, as well as on Facebook, Civic Center TV 15, and on YouTube at Civic Center TV. In addition, you can always be with us on the radio on 89.3 Lakes FM and lakesfm.com. Diane, a beautiful Wednesday morning, and it looks like it's going to be another beautiful day today. Give us the weather report.
Yes, it's again a beautiful Wednesday morning, just like the couple days before. We're looking at partly cloudy weather today with the highs of 84 and the lows of 64. Going into the next 2 days, on Thursday and Friday, we're looking at similar weather, partly cloudy with the highs of 80 and a low of 58 for Thursday, and a high of 81 and the lows of 66 for Friday. Very beautiful week, Tyler.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to continue to be a very beautiful week. Not a lot of rain, but plenty of sunshine. Some warmer temperatures during the day, but really starts to cool off in the evening, and you can get outside for a really nice walk or just to spend some time outdoors before you head to bed for the night. Plenty also making news throughout the township and the Tri-Cities today. The West Bloomfield Police dropped in at the West Bloomfield Library's special movie night for the kids last night. We'll give you the details on that coming up. The West Bloomfield Parks has set their fall guide online. That's available to you. We'll go through some of their fun events coming up all throughout the fall and how you can get access to that guide if it hasn't been mailed to you already. Community safety initiatives are underway in our community to help prevent drug use and misuse in our community. We'll tell you locations of these Save a Life boxes all throughout West Bloomfield Township. The West Bloomfield School District is well underway getting set for the first day of school later on this August, just a few weeks away, a couple weeks from Monday, the first day of school, and we'll get some details on what efforts are being done throughout the school district to get these buildings prepared for the first day of school. Then as we head back to school, it's also time to go back to preschool. Lauren Bogorad from the JCC, Sarah and Irving, my apologies, Sarah and Irving Pitt, I blanked on that, Early Childhood Center will join us at 8:45, later on in the program, to talk about their preschool program and some of those conversations you should be having with your co-parent and with preschool professionals in our community as you're going to make your choice. The Orchard Lake Fine Art Show, of course, has come and passed, but the winners of their adult and youth competitions have been announced. We'll give you the latest on all of that information. A bridge is set to close just for one day in Keego Harbor tomorrow. We'll give you information on when that bridge is going to close and where that bridge is located in the heart of the lakes. Plus, a new restaurant is opening in Sylvan Lake coming up very soon. They're looking for employees. So if you're looking for jobs, we got the details for you on a job right here in the prettiest little city in Michigan. Plus, the Oakland County Clerk's Office is warning of bogus scam mailings that may be trying to get money out of your pocket, not from the county, but from people with nefarious means behind them. The Oakland County, Michigan Works Office is also offering special training programs. We'll give you the latest details on that. New opportunities for kids in sports in Hazel Park. Dayan Chaaban will have information on that. Plus, the Oakland County Sheriff's Canine Comfort Unit is going out throughout the community to provide comfort to residents all throughout Oakland County. All the details on those stories and more coming up on today's edition of The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right. and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV.
In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important.
And now the same is true in the face of flu.
Influenza has the power to infect millions.
But it's easy to protect yourself, your family, and your community.
The flu vaccine is safe and effective. And with COVID-19 still around,
It's essential. Together we can face flu season head on.
Visit michigan.gov/flu.
And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. A lot of fun happening all throughout the week this week in West Bloomfield Township. Last night it was at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. If you were around Town Hall last night, you may have noticed one of the parking lots at the actual Town Hall building was cut off, and people were not able to park there throughout the afternoon or get out from that side of the parking lot. That's because they were getting ready to have a bunch of kids come out to the West Bloomfield Library for an evening of fun and then a nighttime of movies outside the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. One of the people that stopped by were an officer from West Bloomfield's police department just down the road, as well as Canine Officer Doss stopping by before last night's movie event to introduce himself to the kids at the movie night event, and of course for a conversation about safety as we head into the later parts of the summer and get ready to go back to school in the fall, getting kids up to date on what they need to keep an eye out for as they head into the next grade and think about safety as the seasons begin to change. There's plenty of more fun events happening at West Bloomfield's library all throughout the summer for the kids, and of course all throughout the fall and throughout the rest of the year for other learning opportunities as well. And you can get details on all of those events on wblib.org, wblib.org, for more information on everything happening at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. Plenty also happening throughout West Bloomfield Parks all across the fall season. They've just released their fall guide, and registration for those fall events is now open. Both those community events that are one day on, just those big events such as the Trick or Treat Trail or the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast, or the Great West Bloomfield Campout. Those are all open for registration, as well as these individual events that maybe are recurring all throughout the fall, like soccer leagues, guided nature walks, group hay rides, and other individual events that recur throughout the months at the parks and at their facilities all throughout the season. You can get more details on all of these events and begin registering for some of them today at wbparks.org. And Diane, what's great about these events is they're divided into family events to individual adult events, sporting events, and other athletics opportunities, and even a bunch of stuff for seniors as we get ready to open their new location for Connect. So plenty of opportunities for people all across the community to get involved in different activities this fall, and it begins right now.
That is true, Tyler. I mean, it's great what they're doing, all these events. And honestly, I want to give props to everybody that's in on this, in on organizing the events, in on organizing these amazing parks, keeping these parks well and clean and ready for people to use. That's incredible and amazing. And I hope people enjoy this, because we don't want, I get the feeling right now, Tyler, I'm not even going to school, but I get the feeling like I'm kind of down because school is starting, even though I'm not a student anymore. So all these events happening, all these incredible events, not just for the older people, for students as well, for the younger generation and for families. This is so enjoyable. It's a beautiful, beautiful community gathering too. So I hope people really enjoy it and get out there and register for these events, because they will definitely have fun.
Yeah, great opportunities for fun and for learning and for recreation all throughout the year at West Bloomfield Parks. All those details are always online at wbparks.org. And of course, we want to give big props to their entire team over there. It is a massive team effort to keep these events running all throughout the year, especially those big events that take a massive undertaking for, in the past it's been driven by people like Kelly Heyer, who's now the executive director of West Bloomfield Parks, previously the recreation superintendent, and the recreation programmers too, like Ashley and Brittany, who've both been on this program several times over the years, and the rest of the recreation team doing great work. And of course the parks maintenance and facilities teams led by Chris Fry also doing amazing work out there all across the township, all throughout the year, and keeping those parks and those different recreation locations set for whatever season it may be, whatever event it may be, and every single day, as well as keeping those facilities safe and up to date for everyone that enjoys them across all age groups and all different groups in our community, whatever those uses may be. So congratulations to them on their new fall guide. And of course, again, you can go sign up for these events beginning now. Registration is open for the West Bloomfield Parks Fall Guide on wbparks.org. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, some life-saving boxes set all throughout various locations in West Bloomfield Township that can help you prevent opioid overdoses, or better yet, prevent deaths from drug use and misuse. We'll give you location information on those boxes and a visual of what they look like, so you know what you're looking out for if you're in these locations and maybe encounter some of these situations yourself. Plus, West Bloomfield School District is hard at work getting their schools ready for the beginning of the school year, just a couple of weeks away. At this point, we'll take a look at one of their locations looking squeaky clean just a few weeks out from the first day of school. That's all coming up next on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
Many people are feeling overwhelmed and struggling with mental wellness these days. So be kind to your mind. Give yourself permission to breathe. Share your feelings. You are not alone. Have hope. Talk to a Stay Well counselor for free confidential help 24/7 through the COVID-19 hotline.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Wondering what to say to someone who's been sexually assaulted or abused?
I believe you. I'm so sorry this happened.
It's not your fault.
Confidential and anonymous help is available at the Michigan Sexual Assault Hotline. Connect with us 24/7. Call 855-VOICES-4 or text 1-866-238-1454 for help. Learn more at michigan.gov/voices4.
And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live. This is Dayan Chaaban alongside Tyler Kieft. So yesterday Tyler talked a little bit about this. The Alliance of Health Coalition, alongside local authorities in our county, in Oakland County, and several other organizations, they collaborated together to create the Save a Life Box initiative. Now, the Save a Life Box, they have been installed at several fire stations, libraries, and at the town hall. As you can see in the graphic, right, Calvin, if we can bring that back up. So as you can see, there are several stations. They are located from Fire Station 1 through 5 and Fire Station 9, as well as the library at Walnut Lake Road, the library at West Acres, Commerce Road, and Parks and Recreation of Walnut Lake, and the Town Hall. These Save a Life Box, as you can see, they contain several resources and the Narcan, the fentanyl test strips, the Terra Med disposal bag, and resources for substance use disorder and mental health. So they help. So in case anybody is, if you notice anybody that's struggling through substance abuse, just keep yourself familiarized with the locations. As Chief John from the fire station recommended that everybody in the community just familiarize yourselves with the locations of these Save a Life box. This is what they look like, as you can see. This is an example of what these Narcan and these Save a Life boxes look like. You can see them, they're very visible. They are located at these fire stations and libraries. Just keep yourself familiar with where they are located at the graphic. Tyler, I think this is an amazing initiative given that a lot of people lost their lives for substance abuse when they could have been saved in just few seconds. Like these few seconds could have saved their lives with just these very limited resources, could have saved their lives and allowed first responders to come and help them out. So I think this is a great initiative. I hope that people, again, as Chief John from the fire department recommended and encouraged people to familiarize themselves with these locations and with these boxes.
Yeah, it's important whether you're in West Bloomfield or nearby areas, you can get training on how to administer Narcan through the nasal passage or through other means that Narcan is also administered. And one of the great locations to do that is through the Alliance of Coalitions for Healthy Communities, as Chief John Fitzgerald and Kiko has mentioned in the past, and as Chief Flynn from the West Bloomfield Township Fire Department has also mentioned in the past. And Calvin, if you go back to that previous image, you can see there is a website on that box, CivicCenterTV.com. If you're watching this or you can watch this on demand if you're listening on the radio later on. ACHCMI.org is the website for more information. ACHCMI.org. It'll give you information on how to get in contact with the Alliance of Coalitions for Healthy Communities for resources on how to get trained on administering nasal Narcan. And of course, these boxes all throughout the township. This particular one is at the main branch of the West Bloomfield Library at West Bloomfield Town Hall and that complex. There's also one of the same at the West Acres branch on Commerce Road, as Dayan mentioned. As we get closer to the school year, our school district is getting ready here in West Bloomfield to bring kids back into the classroom. That means teachers are preparing those classroom spaces, but custodial teams preparing the facilities. Here's a look right next door to us at Green Media Center at Chico Elementary School. They're looking squeaky clean in those hallways as they're getting ready for the kids to come back in. The floors being waxed and being cleaned every single day. They're getting all the facilities ready and everything up to date and ready for kids to come back in the fall. Just one step closer, we're getting to the first day of school in West Bloomfield, August 28th. That is 2 weeks from Monday, the first day of school all throughout the West Bloomfield School District. And a big shout out to the custodial staff at all of our schools, elementary, middle, high school, the transition center, and all other locations throughout the township. Big thank you to them for all the great work they're doing each and every day. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, as we get ready to go back to school, many parents are getting ready to send their kids to preschool either again or for the very first time. What should you be considering when you're looking for the right preschool for your kid? What questions should you be answering and should you be asking? And what is the best time to send your kid into a preschool program? Lauren Bogorad from the JCC's Sarah and Irving Pitt Early Childhood Center will join us next to discuss that right here on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important.
And now the same is true in the face of flu.
Influenza has the power to infect millions.
But it's easy to protect yourself, your family, and your community.
The flu vaccine is safe and effective. And with COVID-19 still around,
it's essential. Together we can face flu season head on.
Visit michigan.gov/flu.
And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. As we head into the final weeks of the 2023 summer, we start to think about going back to school, but for some parents that might be sending your kids to school for the very first time. Usually that occurs with preschool. What should you be considering? Where maybe you should think about sending your kids to preschool? What parents should be thinking about right now as we head toward the beginning of the preschool school year. Joining us now on the program is Lauren Bogorad from the Sarah and Irving Pitt Early Childhood Center at the JCC in West Bloomfield. Thank you very much for being with us, Lauren.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you on because so much of the time that we spend this time of the year is thinking about sending kids back to school, but not often enough do we really consider sending kids to school for that very first time. And for parents, I'm sure many of them, especially those first-time parents, have a lot of questions right now as they're getting ready to send their kids to school. So how should parents approach that decision, whether or not it's time to start your kids in a preschool program and what considerations they should be making as they come up on the time to make that decision?
Sure, it absolutely is probably one of the most difficult decisions that parents have to make these days. There are so many wonderful programs out there, but some things that parents can consider are, obviously, is the program conducive to your schedule? Are the hours conducive? Are the days offered? Options that are convenient for you. You also want to look at safety precautions. It's sad, but in this day and age, we have to think about that. Is it a secure entrance? Who's coming and going through the building? Are there cameras in the classrooms? Things like that. You want to think about their curriculum. There's so many different wonderful ways of teaching and learning for young children. And you want to make sure that it's something that fits with what your beliefs are. Also, things like teacher qualifications. Oftentimes, more qualified teachers produce better quality programming. And then you also want to make sure that you go in for a tour, watch for staff interactions with each other, interactions with the staff and the children. Make sure that it's a loving atmosphere for your child because, you want your child to be taken care of as if they were at home.
And in today's preschool landscape, we know that so many of our K through 12 school education programs have changed massively over the last several years, let alone the last 10 years plus. How has preschool changed in recent years along with that, and how does that factor into these considerations?
Sure. Oftentimes we find parents coming in who are thinking about, getting ready for kindergarten. Are they getting that cognitive growth that they need to get ready for kindergarten? They absolutely are, but we found that in early childhood, the main focus is social emotional development. Your brain develops from birth through age 5 tremendously in those years, and you really want to set up the foundation for a great future for these children so that they can go out into the world, entering kindergarten, entering elementary school, and be prepared for that.
Joining us on the program today is Lauren Bogorad, the director of the Sarah and Irving Pitt Early Childhood Center located at the J of Metro Detroit, formerly known as the JCC of Metropolitan Detroit. You can find more information on their website, jccdet.org/pit-ECC, or just go to jccdet.org and navigate through to their Sarah and Irving Pitt Early Childhood Center for more information, including on their preschool program. And Lauren, as we talk about getting ready to decide where to send your kids to preschool or if to send your kids to preschool, if that decision is made, if your kids are ready for a preschool program, they should be getting into this, get them prepared for next year to go into kindergarten, begin their K through 12 education. What should parents be doing now as we're roughly a few weeks out, maybe a month out from school beginning at the time that we're recording this live? What should parents be doing to get their kids ready for that experience?
Sure, you definitely, once you pick a program, you want to start talking to your children about getting ready to go to school. Give them as much information as possible. Talk with them about their fears and anxieties to get them through that. There's some great books that you can read to prepare children for school. Also, setting up a routine, a nighttime routine and a morning routine so that they are settled and feeling peaceful on their way to school. And a lot of times we find that if parents set up some sort of goodbye routine, like, you know, mommy's going to kiss your hand and maybe sing a little song as I leave, you know, the classroom, that helps get them feeling more comfortable for that goodbye portion as well.
And what seems to be, or what tends to be maybe some of the issues that we may see with kids when they are leaving the home really for the first time for a significant period of their day, every day for the better part of the year, going into this first school experience? And how can parents best prepare themselves to cope with that themselves and to deal with those issues that often do arise with kids these age?
Sure, that's the hardest part, is oftentimes, you know, the parents get more nervous than the kids do. The kids adjust very well, and it's the parents that we see having a harder time with it. So the same thing with parents, you know, prepare yourself, get as much information about the program as possible. Even bring your child in, you know, oftentimes you can do a trial day where you just bring your child in to visit. They can meet their teachers, they can visit the classroom. And do, you know, a drop-off trial day just for an hour or two, just so that you have that experience of leaving your child for a short time. And then that, you know, increases your ability to be able to leave as time goes on.
Joining us on the program is Lauren Bogorad, the director of the Sarah and Irving Pitt Early Childhood Center located at the J of Metro Detroit. More information can be found at jccdet.org and navigate over to their Pitt Early Childhood Center link in order to find information on their programs. They're also having an open house coming up on August 9th at their environment. That's going to be next week, Wednesday, a week from Wednesday, August 9th. There's going to be an open house for their program. And so, Lauren, tell us about your specific program. You are with the Sarah and Irving Pitt Early Childhood Center that does have a preschool program. Give us some information on that if parents are looking to explore.
Sure. So we are a program, we offer care for infants through pre-K, which is 4 to 5-year-olds before they enter kindergarten. And right now we are running a promotion for our preschool program, ages 2.5 to 4. If you sign up by September 1st, you will be waived your $100 enrollment fee and also receive your first 2 weeks of tuition for free. So that's a great savings for new families. We are a play-based program. The children learn through experimentation and play, and we are also child-centered. So we believe that the children promote their learning, and no two classrooms are the same. Every classroom is doing something different based on what the children are interested in. So it's a great program. Come check us out. Like Tyler said, we're doing the open house next Wednesday, August 9th, from 9 to 1, and then from 4 to 6.
And if parents are interested in this program, they want to go and attend the open house and maybe even get their kids enrolled in your particular early childhood program, how long does this program last throughout the year so they can get their schedules prepared?
Sure. So we are open year-round. Our school year starts September 5th, and we run through August of the following year. So we are a year-round program, and you can sign up at any time. There's open enrollment throughout the year.
And in terms of the programming, you mentioned it's young children of a variety of different ages. Are they all kind of mixing and mingling in similar programs, or are parents able to get their kids into programs for that specific age group?
Sure. So we group our classes by age group. We base our classrooms off of the September 1st cutoff that public schools do for entering kindergarten. So all of our infants turn 1 throughout the year, toddlers turn 2, so on and so forth. So yes, your child will be in a classroom with their specific age group.
More information can be found on jccdet.org. Navigate over to their Sarah and Irving Pitt Early Childhood Center link for more information. Again, that open house is happening Wednesday, August 9th. That is a week from this week, Wednesday, at the JCC. More information, again, jccdet.org. Lauren, before we let you go, anything else we should know about your program or any other considerations parents should maybe be making as they prepare to enter their kids into a preschool program or begin exploring preschool programs that perhaps we haven't discussed?
Sure. I mean, the biggest thing is just, go with your gut. There's many wonderful programs out there, and any understanding program will know that you need to make the choice that's right for you and your family. So make sure you check out all of the options. Come check us out. We're a great program. We have staff who have been here for years. We have great longevity, and we'd love to see you.
Lauren, appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
jccdet.org is their website for more information on their early childhood program, as well as their open house happening on Wednesday, August 9th. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, art spread throughout Oakland County, courtesy of the Detroit Institute of Arts. Plus, we'll have information on how you can further protect your children online as they wrap up the summer season, head back to school in the fall, and protect them from things that they shouldn't be seeing online and for things that you want to protect, other things you want to protect them from, all courtesy of the Michigan Secretary of State's office. That's coming up next. You're watching and listening to the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously, and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Pure is what you make of it. It's how the hustle of the cities can change the course of history. It's the beauty of the things we create, on a canvas, on a plate, or stretched high above the sidewalk. It's a patch of green or a stretch of blue, right in the heart of downtown. It's the buzz of it all, or if you prefer, it's taking it all out. Clear your schedule and pursue your Pure in Pure, Michigan.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiver.
Many people are feeling overwhelmed and struggling with mental wellness these days. So be kind to your mind. Give yourself permission to breathe. Share your feelings. You are not alone. Have hope. Talk to a Stay Well counselor for free confidential help 24/7 through the COVID-19 hotline.
One in 4 Michigan homes has high levels of radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas known to cause lung cancer. It doesn't matter where you live or what type of home you have. You won't even know it's there unless you test. So don't wait. Testing is cheap and easy. And if there's a problem, it's simple to fix. Visit michigan.gov/radon to learn more.
We took action. Will you?
And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live. This is Dayan Chaaban alongside Tyler Kieft. So the Detroit Institute of Arts is creating reproductions of its best art pieces and its best art piece collections, and it's putting them in outdoor venues to increase the engagement between the audience and the Detroit Institute of Art. So these art pieces are located all over Oakland County and Metro Detroit. In Oakland County, they're located in E.L. Johnson Nature Center in Bloomfield Hills, as well as Clawson, Commerce Township, White Lake, Pleasant Ridge, and Oakland County Community College. As you can see, these are beautiful replicas of their best art pieces. They're outdoor and they're accessible to everybody. Again, it is to increase the engagement between the audience and the Detroit Institute of Arts. So it's allowing everybody in our community to watch all these beautiful art pieces and to take a look into them. Just a beautiful recreation of these and reproduction of these art pieces. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, it is. It's a great program. They do this every single year. Communities can apply to actually have these art pieces brought to various locations in their communities. West Bloomfield has done it in the past. Plenty of communities throughout our local area doing the same in 2023, and those pieces are already out there at various locations. You can get more information by going to dia.org and scrolling over their events and exhibitions section and just clicking on Inside Out. That'll help you pull up those maps. And Calvin, if we have that map from either the E.L. Johnson Nature Center or Oakland Community College available to us readily, we can show that, and they'll show some various locations. We do not at the moment, but again, you go to dia.org. Thank you for that, Calvin. You go to dia.org. You can pull up those maps and find those locations. It's a nice little art scavenger hunt, perfect for a beautiful day or a beautiful evening, like we're expecting tonight. Something for you to do after your work day or after the kids get home from camp on this Wednesday afternoon. Also, protecting your kids online as they're home. Again, my apologies. There is construction going on, some renovations going on in the buildings nearby, including right outside my window, perfectly timed. So apologies for some noise in the background. But some noise you don't want is noise online that you want to protect your kids from. Some inappropriate content that can pop up on social media or can be sent to their inbox. There's ways to protect your children from that content, courtesy of the state of Michigan, the Secretary of State's office. Protect My Child. The Protect My Child registry is free, and you can sign up your children on protectmichild.com. This allows you to register your children's electronic devices, their cell phone numbers, their email addresses, and their social media handles. And then they'll be putting those into a registry, which helps protect them from being able to be sent this sort of content or even be able to see that sort of content online. It's communications between the state of Michigan, the federal government, and these different various outlets for email, for social media, and more, protecting certain accounts of particularly kids in this partnership from content they shouldn't see online. Just another protection. Of course, we'd also always suggest you keep an eye on your children's online activities, their activities on their phones, as much as possible, so you can also teach them a strong usage of the web and make sure they're keeping themselves safe as well. It's still your responsibility, but something that's very helpful in that is a registry like this provided by the Secretary of State's office, protectmichild.com. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, award-winning art was recently seen at the Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. We'll give you the details on who won awards at the art show proper. Plus, we'll talk about a bridge closing that is going to be underway Thursday throughout the day in Keego Harbor, how that will affect traffic and the flow of your travel throughout the community on Thursday morning through Thursday afternoon. Plus, a new restaurant is coming up in Sylvan Lake, and they're looking for employees to build their team as they approach the first day of their operations. We'll give you the details on how you can inquire about those jobs and more next on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Watch Civic Center TV with our brand new live captions. To turn on live captions, go to civiccentertv.com and click Watch Live. In your web browser, click on the Options tab in the top right and find the Accessibilities tab. Then just switch on live captions to heighten your enjoyment of our local programming. Thank you so much for watching Civic Center TV.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. I'm Tyler Kieft, alongside Dayan Chaaban. We recently were out at the Orchard Lake Fine Art Show, one of the favorite events of all summer here in the Greater West Bloomfield community. Artists from all over the country joining at Powers and Daly Roads in West Bloomfield Township to display their art, to, of course, sell their art to the community, and to compete against each other for awards at the Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. Patty Narowsny and the team recently released a list of their winners, both on the adult side and the youth art side, from this year's Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. Here you can see this picture is of the youth art competition. Over $500 in prizes awarded to kids, and this is all their original artwork that they're holding here. Calvin, we have another picture too from the Best of Show. It's Michael Coronius from Heartland, Michigan, was the Best of Show in this year's Orchard Lake Fine Art Show, creating some really, really prolific chairs out of wood, and that was right at the one of the entrances to the art show. You could not miss them. And these were amazing. They looked more like thrones than they did like chairs. If you're seeing this on your screens on cable television or on civiccentertv.com or our YouTube page at Civic Center TV later on in the day, this is exactly what he had. They had different versions of basically this kind of a chair. These giant chairs looked amazing in person, and no surprise there that he was awarded Best of Show. Congratulations to Heartland's Michael Coronius, the Best of Show this year's Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. Also, the Award of Excellence was rewarded to someone outside of the state of Michigan, Marion, Illinois' Robin Washburn, for his metal art. Also actually combining metal and wood to make these beautiful pieces you can see right behind him with his Award of Excellence at this year's Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. Now, we had a number of people that I spoke to at that show on with us the Monday after the art show had completed, and of course, we only have so much time on this program, so we had to leave one of those off the show and as a special segment. That was actually a segment that I had recorded with Robin Washburn at this year's Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. No better time for us to get a closer look at some of his art than right now after he's won that Award of Excellence. Let's take a look at my conversation with Robin Washburn, the Award of Excellence winner at this year's Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. I'm Tyler Kieft from the Orchard Lake Fine Art Show, joined by Robin Washburn out of Marion, Illinois. Robin, tell us about your art. Very interesting pieces we've got in this tent today.
Well, it's copper over wood, chemical patinas, and I have a lot of different colors because of the chemical reactions. Different chemicals produce different colors. And what I do is I actually paint with acid and I get layers of chemicals.
And so how did you get into this? Because I never heard of combining copper and wood into making this art.
Well, I started with copper solid sheets. And like for now, I could, one piece of copper 1 foot by 1 foot by ½ inch would be 88 pounds and cost me $700 2 years ago. And so because of that and able to get the textures and everything, I decided to put it over wood to make it a lot lighter weight. This weighs maybe 1.5 pounds versus 88 pounds. And at the same time, I could do a lot of textures. This part here was hammered with an axe.
Wow.
And then I do chemical patinas on top of it to get all these different colors. And then I do a form fold or copper books to make them a little bit more together.
And so how did you get into this, Robin? Where did this start for you as an artist?
I started my first oil painting when I was 7. I went from there looking for a medium because there were a lot of oil painters out there. And I started doing things like food service management, where I made ice carvings. And I just kept on looking for a medium until I found copper when I was 50. And I just fell in love with copper because of all the things you could do with it.
Joined by Robin Washburn at today's edition of the Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. This year's edition comes back each and every year, the last weekend in July. Hotworks.org is the place to go for that. And Robin, I understand it's your first time at this art show. So tell us about the experience so far and what attracted you to come out to West Bloomfield this year.
The clientele, for one. And I've been talking to Hotworks for years about doing their shows. And I finally decided to do it. I'm trying to cut down. I did 15 shows. Now I'm cutting down to 5 or 6. And this is one of the ones I've added this year.
So doing 15 shows, like you said, you've been doing, that's a grind. It's a lot of getting out in the community, but it's something that I found from talking to artists that a lot of them enjoy for a variety of different reasons. What do you like about the art show scene in terms of being able to sell your art and discuss it?
Well, the art fairs allow me to actually talk to the patrons. And the patrons actually get to see the work and me. And galleries, you can't do that. There's just, and they're representing everybody else as well as me. And here I'm representing myself.
And so part of your artist journey that, and you explained a little bit of this earlier, was doing a little bit of exploration, stepping outside of maybe the usual paths you've gone down to create art in the past. So in terms of these younger artists or up-and-coming artists that are looking to explore maybe different mediums or different approaches to creating your art, what sort of advice would you have for them as they're going on that journey?
Play. Find something you like to do and just play. Keep on playing with it until you fall in love with it, and then do it.
Robin, we appreciate it. Anything else you'd like to say about your art or about the art show experience?
No.
We appreciate having you on regardless. Thank you so much. Robin Washburn out of Marion, Illinois, with us at the Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. You can keep up to date with all of the artists you'll see all throughout this weekend each and every year by visiting Hotworks. Appreciate having Robin on the show with us just a couple weeks ago at the Orchard Lake Fine Art Show to talk about his art. And of course, congratulations to him on the Award of Excellence at this year's Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. You can learn more about all the artists that won at this year's event, including the youth art competition, artists from in West Bloomfield and throughout the communities on the younger side, the kids participating, winning over $500 in prizes by visiting hotworks.org. Also a great place to get more updates as we prepare for next year's 21st annual Orchard Lake Fine Art Show. Diane, plenty of other news making headlines today throughout the community, including some news of more construction, more road closures happening in Keego Harbor. It's just a road closure, not related to the construction, but going to cause some detours in the actual city roads in Keego Harbor. Tell us about that.
Yes, so for residents of Keego Harbor, there is going to be a closing tomorrow. So the Willow Beach Car Bridge is going to be closing tomorrow at 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. For an inspection, according to the website of the Keego Harbor community. They said it's for structural inspection mandated by by the state of Michigan. So this is an inspection closure. It's not for construction, so it's going to be closed from 8 until 5. They mentioned different detours that residents can take. So if you live on the Willow Beach and Bulwer, you will have to enter and exit from the Orchard Lake Road. And for residents who live on Park Circle, Kenrick, Atlas, Brock, and Andre will have to enter and exit from Cass Lake Road. So again, residents who live on Willow Beach and Bulwer will have to enter and exit from Orchard Lake Road from 8 to 5. And residents who live on Park Circle, Kenrick, Atlas, Brock, and Andre will have to enter and exit from Cass Lake Road. So it's only from 8 to 5. I hope you take the detours, and I hope it's not going to be such a hassle for everybody else. In other news, a new restaurant in Sylvan Lake is looking for new employees, so there's going to be more employee opportunities. It's called Goma, a new restaurant. It's moving in at the old Pepino's location on Orchard Lake Road in Sylvan. It's seeking employees. There are many positions to be filled, from bartenders, servers, kitchen jobs, and more. So there's plenty of employee opportunities for anybody seeking an employee opportunity. They are open from 4 until 10 p.m. on Monday, and Friday and Saturday from 4 until 11, and Sundays from 4 till 9 p.m. So they're seeking several employee opportunities, again, in the kitchen, servers. It's in Sylvan Lake. For anybody who's interested, connect with them. You can connect with Brianna BTC Hospitality at yahoo.com for more information. So it's Brianna, BRIANNA BTC Hospitality at yahoo.com if you're interested in any of these employment opportunities at this amazing new restaurant.
Yeah, it's going to be a great new restaurant location in Sylvan Lake opening up there. They've been doing a lot of work. We've seen some pictures over the recent weeks, and now that final step, getting people to work that restaurant as they prepare for their opening day. We'll keep up to date on that and see if we can get them on the show as they get ready to open that in just a little while. It should just be a few more weeks before Guma is opening on Orchard Lake Road in Sylvan Lake. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, news across Oakland County. Countywide, the Oakland County Clerk's Office is warning of bogus mailings that may be coming your way, claiming that you owe back taxes or other monies to the county, and you may be at risk of tax liens. That is false, and we'll tell you exactly how those are being worked in our county and what you should be looking out for after this break on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's a white people thing.
You alright? It just feels like it's coming from everywhere. Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad. Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
When you have a gambling problem, you have a money problem. Don't let your gambling cause you financial hardship. If you or someone you love is struggling with gambling, we can help. Get free confidential counseling and win your life back. Learn more at michigan.gov/problemgambling.
And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban and Calvin back at Master Control. If you can mute your microphone going back to me as I'm hearing myself coming back, that would be very helpful. Thank you very much for that. News from the Oakland County Clerk's Office, some concerning news as scammers are sending mailings to residents all throughout Oakland County. Over the past several weeks, many residents have reported these mailings to the Oakland County Clerk's Office. These are coming mostly in the form of postcards that will say something like County Deed Record or Home Warranty Division on it, threatening that you have a lapse in coverage, among other things that may be in these notes. And of course, they're using Oakland County in the naming of it. They're putting your tax information or your home information on that with a 1-800 number that is It's not at all affiliated with Oakland County. Other things you may see on these forms include labels such as property lien holder, final notice, registration is required, and you can see at the top right in this visual on civiccentertv.com or on our YouTube page at Civic Center TV. If you're listening on the radio later on, you can go find this on demand and take a look at this visual we have on our screen. Businesses are also receiving these saying that there's a notice of a tax lien on that business from Oakland County. The clerk's office cannot stress this enough. This is false. These are not claims being made from the clerk's office being sent out to these communities via the overseeing body of tax collection from Oakland County, which would be the treasurer's office. These are bogus claims being sent to your mailbox. If you're receiving these claims, be very cautious. Do not call those 1-800 numbers. If they contact you, hang up and call the clerk's office, 248-858-0651, 248-858-0651, or send an email to deeds@oakgov.com. They will if you reach out to them, you can get information to figure out if these are actual legit claims, and if they're not, they will collect the information you have from these organizations, from these groups of scam artists that are trying to get money out of your pocket and steal your personal information, and do their best to work, presumably, with the Oakland County Sheriff's Office and other law enforcement statewide and federally to clamp down on these scam artists trying to pull this off in our local county. And big thank you to other local news outlets. A good find by Dayan Chaaban, finding pictures of some of these documents that have been shown in these scams in recent times. Dayan, some good news, though, from Oakland County, from the Michigan Works side, some job opportunities right here in Oakland County also available at this time.
Yes, Tyler, that is true. So because there's a growing demand for healthcare providers and healthcare workers and assistants, the Michigan Works and Oakland County College, in collaboration with Ascension Providence Hospital, they're all collaborating together to launch an amazing program that teaches people or people who want to be in the healthcare providing field. They teach them how to be, and it is a shorter program, so they don't even have to go to the universities or schools because there is a growing demand, so they need a shorter program. This program is going to provide some structure and curriculum for people who are prospect nurse CRNAs or nurse aides, what they call them. There's going to be several sessions held. There's going to be like 4 sessions held in August and in September to inform these prospect students of what the curriculum is going to be like, what they can expect, what's the structure and the career they're looking into, and what they can do after that. So they can do a lot with after this program. They can go into being a CRNA, a registered nurse, and they can grow. It's a great start to people who would like to start a career in the healthcare provision. So several sessions are going to be held, as you can see in the graphic right on the screen. So there's going to be a session on August 30th, September 7, and September 13 and 18. You can check more out on michiganworks.org and or on ogov.org. You can check for more information, and you can look at this graphic on their Twitter page, Michigan Works. They have this on their Twitter page. You can look at the graphic, find more information. So I think that'll be it for the day. Tyler, there's a lot more great news coming up in tomorrow and after tomorrow. Tomorrow we're looking into some mental health advice. I hope people stay tuned in, and it was a great episode.
Yeah,
Thank you so much,
Dayan,
Tyler.
Yeah, Dayan, plenty more to get to throughout the week. You can always stick with us all throughout the day, Monday through Friday, for each and every one of our editions of the Splash Live. We'll give you the latest information. Before we go, I want to show a really nice picture, Calvin. We have a couple pictures of recent sunsets on the lakes in the greater West Bloomfield community, something zenful to cap off this particular portion of our show. Some sunsets from Keego Harbor earlier on in the week, looking beautiful out there. This is one from Keego Harbor earlier on this week. You have a couple others from on Sylvan Lake, just across from the community center. What a beautiful picture, and a great way to show what night has been looking like outside here in West Bloomfield and the greater West Bloomfield community over the past several weeks. If you have these pictures, feel free to send them to us over our social media on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram in the coming days, and we'll maybe put your pictures and give you a shout out right here on our program. Plenty more news all throughout the week. You can always stay with us each and every day, all throughout the day, right here on The Splash Live.